Hello everyone, we're going to take a look at exercise 63 of chapter 7.5, which is about solving equations still, but we're going to be introduced to something new. Hopefully you've already read this part that is being introduced to you before they ask you to solve. I'm going to now show you in practice what this actually means for us. Let's say we have this equation. What we want to do is we want to have x squared and not 2x squared for us to be able to use the product sum methods. So I want to get rid of this 2 in front of the x squared. I can do that. What in practice you're actually doing is you divide this by 2, but if you're doing that, you have to divide all the other terms in your equation by 2 as well. So even on the right hand side if you have them there. Okay? So this will leave me with x squared plus 4x minus 5. Yeah, and dividing 0 by a number always gives me 0 again, right? And now we're left with something that we can solve using the product sum method, like this. And then we're asking us this question again: which two numbers added are 4 and multiplied are, and do that in red, and multiplied are minus 5? Well, I think the only possibility here is plus 5 and minus 1. A times B equals 0, so either the first thing is 0 or the second thing is 0. Balanced methods, x is minus 5 or x is 1. Okay? Let's try another one. Instead of doing B, which is almost the same, I want to do C. A half x squared equals 4x plus 10. Here I first want to get rid of everything on the right hand side. You can do that in one go if you want to. Minus 4x minus 10. Then here also minus 4x and minus 10. Gives me a half, let's do it in black. A half x squared minus 4x minus 10 equals 0. And here, that's why I chose this exercise. You can now either say, I want to get rid of this half. How can I get rid of a half? How can I make this 1x squared? Yes, some of you will say, no, I'm not going to divide. I'm going to do this times 2. Because 2 times a half is 1 as well. But then you should multiply this by 2, this by 2, and this by 2 as well. However, what also works is just dividing by what's in front of x squared. So instead I could also have done divided by a half. Here dividing by a half, dividing by a half, and dividing by a half. Do either this one or this one, right? Not both. Please don't. They give you the same result actually. Because doing something times 2 is the same as dividing by a half. Right, so what always works is just dividing what's in x squared, but some of you will say, well, I think in this case multiplying by 2 is a bit more logical to do. Okay, so this becomes x squared, this becomes minus 8x, and this becomes minus 20. And this of course becomes 0. And this part by now, hopefully you have practiced quite a lot. Which numbers are we looking for? In this case, two numbers which added are minus 8 and multiplied are going to be minus 10. I think that's going to be I think minus 10 and plus 2. Minus 10 plus 2 is minus 8. Minus 10 times 2 is minus 20. So x minus 10 is 0, or x plus 2 is 0. Solve for x, so x is 10, or x is minus 2. Okay, I want to show you this because I think some of you might like this method more, some of you might like this method more. Use one of them. Right? Try to do the other exercises like this as well, using the tips that I've included in exercise C here. If any questions still occur, as always, feel free to ask. Good luck.